Hi everyone, and welcome back to the digital stage at Technology, AI and Cyber Live. Next up, we have Nayaki Nayyar, President and Chief Product Officer at Ivanti, with a presentation on Ivanti Neurons, the self-healing automation platform.
Thank you, Emily. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon for all the participants joining us from around the world. I'm super excited to share with you two main things that I'll cover today in the session. We'll start with who Ivanti is, the growth, the momentum, and the success we have had in the last 12 months. But most importantly, we'll do a deep dive on our Ivanti Neurons strategy, the platform that converges device management, cybersecurity, and service management with AIML embedded into it. So let's take a look at who we are. Ivanti is over 1.2 billion in total revenues. We have over 45,000 customers worldwide. We have coverage from all over every region, North America, EMEA, APJ. By the way, just 12 months back, Ivanti was less than half a billion. So we have grown significantly in the last 12 months. Another key data point for Ivanti is we help discover, manage, secure, and service all the IT assets, mainly the endpoints and the devices that we use in our day-to-day life. And if you look at through our direct channel, through our direct customers, we help manage 40 million devices today. And through our OEM, when we embed the OEM channel, that's 200 million devices that we help support for our customers. So when you look at the momentum we have had in just the last 12 months. We launched our Ivanti Neurons platform, our vision, the strategy, and the North Star goal for Ivanti in July of last year. And since then, we have had significant interest from investors. Clear Lake, who was a primary investor. Since then, we have had TA Associates and Charles Bank invest over $2+ billion into the company, which actually fueled a lot of organic and inorganic investments. We have acquired Mobiline, Pulse, Sharewell, and most recently, Risense. So one of the key questions I get from all of our customers and everyone is, Nayaki, how does it all come together? Why does it matter for our customers? Why does it matter in the current day and age? So let's take a step back and look at what's really happening around us. The world is a very different place than it was just 12 to 18 months back. There are three major transformations or revolutions that are going on around us. The first is what's really happening at the edge. And I call it as edge becomes the next frontier for compute as we have this explosive growth of devices, mobile devices, wearable devices, IoT devices, as this converges with some of the advancements we are seeing in AIML, 5G networks. What does that future of edge look like? So that's one key area that Ivanti has totally doubled down on. The second one is cybersecurity, as cybercrime has reached catastrophic heights. And there's not a single week that has gone by when we have not heard about significant ransomware attacks, attacks that are a lot more complex, a lot more frequent, and extremely disruptive. They are disrupting our day to day life now. So, how do we help secure the devices, the data, the applications, the users, but most importantly, how we help our customers evolve into what I call the zero trust world? And the last one is the workplace of future. Workplace of future will never be the same again. It's changed forever. Employees who are working from anywhere, be it from their home office, be it from the office, or while they're on move, they expect an experience, a service experience to deliver to them independent of where the location is. So across these three pillars, when you double click, just to clarify what we mean by edge, edge as a term has been widely used, and there are a lot of definitions around edge. We, Ivanti, have simplified the definition. Its most simplistic term, we have defined it as all the devices be it client-based devices, mobile devices, wearable devices, or even IoT devices, Windows, Linux, Mac, iOS, Android, all various types of devices that customers have in their landscape. How do we help manage and secure those devices? That's one key area. But also, we're going into some of the industry verticals. And when we say industry verticals, primarily around some of the IoT devices, again, the goal is not to solve the IoT world hunger, but go into certain verticals where we have a very, very strong foothold. For example, healthcare is a big, big focus for us, extending the strength we have in managing all these devices into also managing some of the healthcare devices like Siemens devices, Bayer's devices, Canon devices, and also extending into supply chain, especially as you see those various rugged devices on the shop floor in a warehouse. How do we help secure and manage those rugged devices in a warehouse context? Similarly, telco is another big vertical for us. Pretty much most of the large telcos are Ivanti customers today. So, how we extend into managing some of those telco devices also. But all of this, how do we all bring this together as what I call the employee experience takes the center stage? Similar to what we all are used to in our consumer life, right? In our day to day life, our cars are becoming very, very, I would say, focused on understanding the likes and dislikes of who we are as an individual and adapting to our likes and dislikes. Similarly, our homes understand the likes and dislikes, the temperature, the lighting, the music, or the coffee flavor for the day, and adapts to our likes and dislikes. So, can we bring that contextual, personalized experience into an enterprise setting and provide that experience to our employees, to all the various end users in an enterprise setting, right? So these are the three key areas: the revolution that we are seeing at the edge, the cybercrime that has reached catastrophic heights, and also the end to end employee experience. So Ivanti, over the last 12 months, has really doubled down on deepening the capabilities across these three pillars. So the acquisitions that we have done in the recent past, when you look at it in our UEM, endpoint device management, the strength Ivanti already have in managing some of the client devices, Windows, Linux, Mac devices, with the acquisition of Mobiline, now as those two come together, we deepen the capabilities in managing every single type of device customers and users may have in their landscape. And with Pulse, extending the strength of Pulse, not just from a VPN perspective, but into the entire zero trust access. And also the strength that Ivanti has in overall patch management. We're extending that into what we call risk based patch management. So, end to end, how do we help secure the devices, the users, the applications, and the entire zero trust access? And the last one is experience management, how we are extending beyond just IT service into every single line of business with Sharewell. So these three pillars, as they come together as UEM, cybersecurity, and service management or experience management, you can see that's approximately $30+ billion in overall total addressable market that Vivanti is going after. And when you look at our competitive landscape, there's not a single vendor in the market that is addressing all these three pillars and converging the three pillars. This is our biggest competitive differentiation. The depth, the breadth we have across these three pillars, the convergence that we have across these three pillars. And the second aspect of it is how we are layering on automation. And when we say automation, automation has a terminology or a concept has been there for many, many years now. Everyone has used various types of automation, whether it's workflow based automation, BPMN tool based automation, low code, no code based automation, or even in most recent days with basic NLP, conversational bots, cognitive applications, that level three automation. But when we say hyperautomation, we truly mean that next wave of AI/ML that we are embedding. These are deep learning capabilities with supervised, unsupervised learning capabilities that we have embedded into our stack so that we can help discover and detect any issues before an end user actually can detect them and self heal those issues. That level 4 maturity is what we are truly after. Again, when we say self heal, the attempt is not to self heal 100% of the issues. The attempt is absolutely if we can self heal 30, 40, 50% of the issues before the end user sees them, that is massive cost savings, not to mention the speed and accuracy at which you can deliver that service to your enterprise. So, with these three fundamentals, Ivanti Neurons actually is the overarching platform, overarching vision strategy that we are heading towards, where we can truly help discover all the assets customers have in their landscape, proactively predictively detect any kind of issues the end users are having, whether they're performance issues, whether they are configuration drift issues, whether they are any kind of security anomalies, vulnerabilities, and self heal those issues. And at the end of the day, provide a service experience or an employee experience that is a lot more contextual and personalized to the individual's likes and dislikes and preferences, right? So, this is our overall, I would say, vision, strategy, North Star goal that we are heading towards. And just to give you a little more details on where we are, what we have done so far, how we are converging all of this into our Neurons platform, there are four foundational elements: discover, 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 to be able to discover all assets you have in your landscape, be it your data center assets, cloud assets, IoT assets, all the edge devices into that single version of truth. That is the first step in this journey. And then being able to manage all the assets, having a single pane of glass to manage every single asset, be it client assets, mobile assets, IoT assets, and securing end-to-end security, securing your users, securing your devices, applications that are running on those devices, end-to-end access, and being able to proactively detect and self-heal those, right? That's where our automation layer comes in, that sits right above all these foundational elements and provide that employee experience of the future. Again, I won't go into all the details, every single one of these pillars, as you can see. We have various offerings, service offerings. Customers can start anywhere and evolve anywhere. So, just to double click on couple as quick examples, like I mentioned, discovery is extremely critical for every single enterprise, especially in this post-COVID era, as everyone is working from remote locations, being able to get that single version of truth of all assets you have across your entire landscape and get that, what I call the intelligence, the edge intelligence. By the way, we do use the MQTT protocol to be able to pull data directly from the edge and detect any kind of performance issues, drift issues, security issues you're having on that edge, and being able to automatically remediate it, right? So this is a big, I would say, step one in the journey for anyone who is starting to get a handle on your entire edge world. And the second, like I mentioned, is how do you actually self heal? These are various neuron bots. By the way, these bots are not RPA bots, so these are not dumb bots. These are bots that have AI/ML embedded into it. Like I said, deep learning, supervised, unsupervised learning embedded into it. And these bots are continuously detecting if an end user had any kind of issues, be it application crash issues, any kind of a disk space issues, memory issues, battery health issues. They're automatically detecting those issues and self healing those issues. And evolving beyond discovery and self healing, another one that I'm truly very excited about is from a security perspective, from a cybersecurity perspective, as we enter into the entire zero trust world. You know, when we hear the word zero trust, it's really not just about a technology, not just about a platform. It's a true paradigm shift, a culture shift, a shift where you don't trust anything or anyone, right? You don't trust any devices, you don't trust any users, you don't trust any applications. You continuously validate, authenticate, and provide access to the right individual to the right application. So this is another big offering from Ivanti. We are super excited about it, along with discoveries, self-healing capabilities, and also extending into the entire zero trust world. So let me take a couple of minutes to give you examples of some of the key customers. I won't give you the names of the customers, can't share the names, but some of the big, large global customers that have started this journey and have really started getting massive benefits from it. One of the customers, big, large manufacturing customer, this customer was going through that transformation, the transformation from traditional VPN into the entire zero trust world. And as they were going through that transformation, through that evolution, the number of service tickets into the service desk that shot up through the roof, given it was having some profile issues. And our Neurons capabilities was able to detect early enough all those profile issues, access issues that the end users were having, and self-heal those issues so that we could reduce the volume of tickets going into the service desk. And they were able to see 60% reduction in their tickets that were resulting from as they were evolving their network from traditional VPN into the zero trust network, right? So that's a massive reduction in their tickets, and really that really helps in your optimizing your service cost and optimizing your service desk process. The second big customer, this is one of the large financial institution that as they pivoted towards this remote work and servicing all their employees, global employees around the world, around 106 countries that they were supporting, one of the challenges they were having was customers calling in with various issues, whether it was CPU issues, RAM issues, network issues, and the call density into the service desk really shot up the roof, right? Neurons was able to detect and help them troubleshoot these issues and self-heal these issues and truly improve their call density and reduce the call time by 50 to 60%. That's another big cost savings and improvement I've seen with another large customer. And the last one is a financial customer who as they were trying to make sure they have a good inventory of all the devices that they have, and as they have employees, new employees joining the organization or employees leaving the organization, to be able to detect if anyone has walked away with their devices, very quickly identify those devices, locate those devices, log down those devices, and disable those devices so that you can reclaim those devices, right? So these are some various use cases, very, very relevant for everyone in today's day and age when they're supporting this large remote workforce in global organizations with multiple thousands and thousands of employees around the world. How do you proactively detect the issues, resolve those issues, and truly help address the service experience you deliver to these end users? So beyond the horizontal functionality we have with Neurons, like I mentioned, we're also verticalizing in certain industries. One of the verticals is healthcare. So taking the strengths we have in discovering, managing, and securing the endpoints and the devices, now we can also do the same for various healthcare devices like Siemens devices, Bayer's devices, Canon's devices is another big offering that we have in our healthcare vertical. Similarly, being able to also extend that in a supply chain context. And when I say supply chain, this is primarily in the warehouse where you see all those rugged devices in a warehouse context. Being able to discover all those rugged devices, get a full inventory of the devices that you have in your warehouse, being able to detect any kind of battery issues you're having, Wi-Fi issues you're having, any kind of downtime you're having on those devices, and being able to proactively resolve those issues in a warehouse is a big offering from us. So you can see how we're extending the strength by also verticalizing in healthcare, in supply chain, and taking it even further with some strategic partnerships that we are working on. This is extending through our larger network of various device partners and manufacturers. No, Lenovo is a very, very key partner for us. Lenovo, as you all know, as they are evolving more and more towards device as a service, embedding Ivanti neurons, their entire platform, neurons for discovery, with edge intelligence, with self-healing capabilities, and also a full asset management. They're embedding this with their sales motion and embedding it into the entire Lenovo devices. We're also super excited about the work that we have ongoing with Qualcomm. Qualcomm is getting ready to release Windows on ARM. That's a big announcement that is coming up. And as that is coming up, we're working closely with them to be able to support our Neurons platform for supporting those Windows and ARM devices, right? So stay tuned. We're announcing that fairly shortly. And the last one is Intel. Intel is working closely with us in what they call a intelligent workload orchestration initiative, so that we can drop some of these workloads instead of running them all in cloud closer to the edge. I do fundamentally believe that not all workloads have to run in cloud or in your data centers. They should be able to run on the edge itself, so that we can detect the issues and self heal the issues at the edge itself. So, this is the work that we have ongoing with Intel. So, stay tuned. We'll be announcing this big partnership with Intel coming up in few months now. So, super excited about the journey, the traction, the momentum with our Neurons platform, verticalizing it, and also some of the strategic partnerships that we have coming up. And why does it all matter? Now that Ivanti has depth in being able to manage all the device data, we have all the device data, we have all the security data, the device security, the application security, the user security, and also the access. So we have the security data, and of course, service, right? We have what kind of a service experience, be it IT service experience or a line of business service experience. So we are converging these three pillars, these three data lakes across devices, security, and service into what we call employee experience index. Now we can truly measure what is the experience you are able to deliver to those employees, right? You can look at is the issues, are they having issues in the network, or are they having hardware issues or software issues, and truly measure an employee experience index. You can do it by individual, roll it up by division, department, and continuously focus on improving that experience. So that's where, as these three worlds of devices, cybersecurity, and service come together, and with AI/ML embedded into it, you can truly now start transforming that experience for all of your employees and organization. Why does it all matter? We're getting some really, really great recognitions from the various industry analysts. This is fresh off the press. These have just been released, the UEM Magic Quadrant and the ITSM Magic Quadrant. We are a leader in the entire IT service management with our Ivanti Neurons for ITSM, and also touching the line on our UEM. We're almost at top three vendors in the entire UEM space, which is being able to manage all devices customers have in their landscape. And the last but not the least is the recognition we have in the zero trust world. This is zero sign on or passwordless authentication that we have as a part of our zero trust offering, recognized by Forrester in being a key leader and a key vendor in the entire zero trust and zero sign on offering. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, super excited about the journey, the traction, the momentum Ivanti has had, as you can see, Neurons as that North Star goal and the platform which can help discover, self heal the issues, and provide that self service contextual experience to all your employees and to the end users. So, with that, let me hand it over to Emily. Emily, it's all yours now.
Thank you so much, Nayaki. I want to say thank you. That was an amazing presentation. I want to extend the thank you, obviously, to all our audience as well. I'm hoping they all enjoyed and found it extremely insightful. I was wondering if we could do a quick Q&A. We have about 5 minutes left, so I've got a couple of questions. Firstly, I believe at the start of your presentation, you were kind of discussing the rate of growth and expansion that Ivanti has kind of gone through in the past year or couple of years. I was wondering if you kind of speak to us about how it is that you kind of managed to complete these integrations of technology so quickly as you acquired so many kind of new technologies and new releases as such?
Absolutely. And as you saw, Emily, before we started the acquisition, we had a very clear vision strategy around neurons, right? And a strategy around how we wanted to deepen the capabilities across the three pillars, across UEM, cybersecurity, and service management. And these acquisitions were very deliberate. These were very deliberate to deepen the capabilities across these three pillars. So, as we completed those acquisitions, for us to be able to get them integrated, folded into the overall vision strategy and our overall platform was just a matter of how fast we could execute, right? So the teams have done a phenomenal job on the ground and being able to bring this to the market. So it's a lot of hard work, a lot of blood and sweat that went into it, but we are super happy with the progress we have made so far.
Absolutely. And I always love to ask a question kind of looking into the future and thinking about kind of where we can go from here. So Avanti has accomplished a lot in the past year, as you've said. We kind of want to know what's next, where do you see Ivanti innovating with AI in the next maybe 3 years? And could you maybe share with us a few of what these new products can be capable of?
Yeah. So, great question, right? So, as you fast forward 2 to 3 years, right, what I fundamentally believe as we are converging the three pillars and really embedding AI ML into the stack, we want to help get closer and closer to what we call that self-healing autonomous edge, right? An edge that automatically detects all issues and self-heals those issues. Again, it's a journey. It's not that we are there 100%, but that is a North Star goal we are heading towards. By the way, the acquisition journey has not stopped. We'll continue to acquire more assets to deepen the capabilities, bring that strength in AI ML. So stay tuned. A lot more to come from Ivanti over the next 12 to 24 months. Thank you, Emily.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I believe that's all we have time here today. I just want to say thank you again. Is there anything else you want to say, maybe where people can find you on social media or any plugs you'd like to do?
Thanks. You can absolutely reach out to me, myself, or anyone here at Ivanti through our social channels, Twitter, LinkedIn, any channels that you want to reach out to us. Happy to share some of the cool, new, exciting innovations that we are bringing to the market. Thank you all.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's fantastic. So thank you for your session today. I want to say to everyone, thank you as well. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you after the break.